We have come such a long way with our living room spaces here at the house the last 2 years, but that doesn't mean we haven't made some major mistakes along the way. And one of those mistakes was deciding to put our TV in this beautiful formal parlor. It just felt awkward. I did this entire space you guys saw last spring. Well, today we're taking everything out. We're starting from scratch, and we are going to decorate this space and transform it into more of a formal sitting room / study. And then we're also going to move the TV to our other living room and decorate that as well. So if you're excited, make sure you grab a cup of coffee, get cozy, and let's get decorating. Before we get to the decorating, I quickly want to tell you about some beautiful new furniture pieces from Castlery. If you don't know who Castlery is, they're a modern furniture company that creates a story for every room in your home. They craft furniture that is timeless using the highest quality raw materials to create pieces that are built for longevity and multi-purpose use, which I really appreciate. They also happen to be a direct-to-consumer brand, so it X's out the middleman, so they're able to extend honest pricing and affordability to their customers. Castlery believes that there is value in taking the time to curate your home with intention. That's something I'm really passionate about as well. And they want to help you create spaces that make you feel good, building intimate connections between you and your space and the people that you bring into it. They offer free fabric swatches, flat rate shipping, and they have a great 14-day return policy. In my formal space, I went with the Madison sofa and Madison armchair in the color bisque. I love the tufted cushion. I love that it's bench seating on the sofa. That gives it a very timeless vintage look. So you guys probably remember that last spring I did part 1 of this living room makeover, and I shared all about the Dawson Chase sectional sofa, which is still one of my favorite sofas I've ever owned. It had sort of a down feel, and the cushions were very deep and comfortable to sit in. Very good for a lounging family room sofa. I couldn't recommend it more. We actually loved it so much we ended up using it now in the kids' TV area, and they cozy up on it all the time, and I can't believe how well it has held up. So if you're wondering about that sofa, we still love it, we still own it, and it's worked out really well for us. But as far as some more details on the Madison sofa and armchair go that you see behind me, I love the bench seating. I mentioned that already. But I love that it looks very formal and structured, but it's still really comfortable to sit in. That was really important to me because now this is sort of a cozy, formal, reading space or sit and have a cup of coffee with a friend type of room in our home, and I wanted it to be still cozy and comfortable. And now in the family room, we have the Hamilton Chase sectional sofa, which fits perfectly in our family room space. It is really comfortable. I went with the color Brilliant White, and even with 3 kids and a dog, I did that intentionally just so I could bleach it when I needed to sort of spot clean it. And so far, it's been working out really great. This is such a comfy, cozy, classic looking sectional. I feel like it would go with many styles. It's very durable fabric. We've really been enjoying it. I feel like I just don't have enough good things to say about Castlery, so if you're interested in any of these items, definitely check out my description down below. So let's get decorating. I wanted to preface that towards the end of the video, stick around. I'm gonna give you a first-person tour of everything, and we'll talk more details then. So if you have questions, stick around. But I really wanna share my heart behind this room. All of a sudden, it dawned on me a couple of weeks ago that my favorite room in the house that gets the most natural light, was the room where the TV was, and that was its main function, watching TV, which in this busy season of life, I don't do a lot of, and my kids really don't either. So why were we wasting this space for something that we don't use? So I came up with the idea of moving our piano into this room, creating more of a cozy sitting room, formal space, almost like a sunroom. There's 3 windows on all sides. It's just so bright and happy. I love this space. I wanted it to just be a place where I could enjoy a morning cup of coffee or have friends over for coffee. I wanted it to still be a space where my kids could sit and do homework or practice piano. And I am so pleased with how everything is turning out. I was a little nervous to move the piano. As you can see, it's on this wall now, but I really love it. I ended up painting the piano a pretty bluish gray color, and I love the cool tones. I'm very drawn to that color right now. It's just very peaceful to me. I usually try to hold out on florals until February and just stick with greens in January, but I just couldn't wait. This space was begging for life. And so you'll see throughout the space, I did add quite a few stems with florals, and it's just so bright and cheery and happy. I found these linen pillow covers on Etsy, that same color as the piano, that tranquil bluish gray color. That's what inspired the color of the piano in the first place. But I bought several different patterns and textures all within that color scheme, and I really love the soft, cozy look of that. I've had this floor lamp for almost 5 years now. I got it at Home Goods. I always get questions about it, but unfortunately I don't have a link for you guys. I'm sorry about that. But other than that, I'm just playing around with the accent tables. I added the wood ones you see there for some warmth. Hung a little basket on the wall. And then I found this faux rosemary plant that looks so real. I found it at my local garden center. It has a little gift shop. I just love that. I stuck it in a terracotta pot and it looks very real. This is by far my favorite rug I've ever purchased. I got it at Target. It is such a cozy rug. I love that it's neutral, but it still has pattern. The plaid is just so pretty, but they only have 5x7s. And I knew that this space was needing a larger rug. So what I ended up doing was keeping this plaid rug, but putting a larger 8x10 jute rug from Lowe's underneath. And it gives such a cozy layered look. I really, really love it. I love the way that it turned out. Because the armchair and the sofa were the same materials, I wanted to come up with a few ways to break up the armchair. So I ended up stacking these wicker trunks that I fill with the boys' toys and magnet tiles. It's great hidden storage. And I also layered this sweet vintage quilt onto the armchair again, just to break up that fabric, add some more patterns and interest to the space. And here is the final look after decorating space number 1. I love it, you guys. It's like a breath of fresh air. I love having the piano in here. I love having more of a formal sitting space. I'm really happy with how it all came together, but we're not done yet. Once I'm done showing you this space, we move on to the family room. With the awkward layout, I never thought it was possible to have a TV in this space, but we figured it out. And here's what the room looks like with all of the bones, and now we get to add the fun stuff. You'll notice I have 2 mirrors on either side of the sofa. Those are from the Studio McGee line at Target. They're a woven texture. They're really pretty. I decided to hang those up just to give the room a little more symmetry because both of the side tables are vintage, mismatched, thrifted pieces. And although I like that they're not matchy-matchy, I just felt like they needed a little bit of symmetry to the space. I also added this African violet. It is such a sweet houseplant. I love African violets. But you guys will see, I did this in my previous living room makeover when I originally got the armoire, and I just love it so much that I'm doing it again. This is a thrifted wicker basket that I recently got with you guys on my last thrifting trip, and I'm just filling it with these snowball stems from Hobby Lobby. Make sure you get them half off when you buy them. They're a lot cheaper that way. A floral also carries them. They're just a little more pricey, but this adds so much visual interest and height. It's such a focal point to the space when I add it to the top of this armoire. I really didn't have to do a whole lot with decor. I tried to restrain myself as much as I could in this space simply because that is such a focal point, including neutral pillow covers. Kept it very clean, very neutral because I wanted that wicker basket to shine. I just wanted to say thank you for coming on this journey with me. I know sometimes when there's a lot of change, it can get, it can seem disgenuine here on YouTube. I feel like people are always chasing the latest and greatest thing. I'm over here just trying to figure out living room configurations, but I feel like that's real life. And I just wanted to say that I appreciate you guys so much, and it's so much fun sharing my home with all of you. I feel like I'm sharing it with my closest friends, and you guys have been so encouraging along the way. So I just wanted to say thank you. But we moved over to the other side now, and these ficus stems from Amazon are truly probably my favorite just everyday greenery piece. They're beautiful, they're affordable, they're great for this time of year. And here is a quick overview of how this space turned out. I'm so pleased. I love it. I didn't think a sectional and the TV would work in here, but it does. Somehow it does, and we're really happy. But once I show you around everything, we're going to give you the final tour, and I will share more of the details of where everything is from. So if you're interested in that, make sure you keep on watching. Okay, at this point, both living spaces are decorated and not 100% done, but I think for the most part pretty put together. So I'm gonna briefly just kind of walk you through so you can get first person view of the space, and we can go through some of those details. Okay friends, let's make our way from this viewpoint into the family room. I have so many thoughts, but I am so blown away and just pleased with how a sectional and our TV works in this space. I don't know why for the longest time I thought that this room, just the layout didn't make sense for a TV with the staircase and then the window on this wall, but it just goes to show you, you kind of have to get creative sometimes. I Facebook Marketplaced this armoire. Oh, pardon that. I need to have a paint touch-up day here soon, but I think that's from the piano. I found this on Facebook Marketplace for $50. I painted it white, and now our TV is in there. There's some more storage in there, and I love having it just out of sight. I love the large wicker basket I recently thrifted with you guys, and I just stuck some beautiful flowers inside, and it's such a visual focal point for this space.
If you guys saw, I ended up just keeping it simple with all of my other plants and greenery in here, just so that this could stand out. So that is what the biggest change in here was. I just love the layout. Let's talk about these side tables really quick. So this was also a Facebook Marketplace find. I think I paid $60 for it, but it came raw like this. Whoever had it sanded it down before me, so I felt like it was a good price point, because these days it's a hot commodity to find a piece that's already stripped. But I like that it has some drawers. I stuck some games in there and cards. I don't know what I'll really end up putting under there. For now, I have these little baskets from IKEA, but I don't really have anything inside of them yet. I could put the remotes in there, I suppose, or something, but I ended up finding this task lamp. It's from the Hearth and Hand line at Target, and I just thought the patina on it was so beautiful. I love the brass, such a pretty tone and just material metal to have in this space. And then you'll notice on both of the accent tables, I ended up hanging mirrors. Because we did different side tables, I went with antiques. I wanted a little bit of symmetry. So I ended up finding these woven mirrors, again, from Target, actually. I think they're Studio McGee, but they're really cool. They're a fun texture. They really make the space feel bigger, and so far I'm enjoying them. Up here, I ended up swapping out what curtains I had before for some drop cloth curtains, just to keep it cohesive with that room. The sectional from Castlery is just so beautiful. Maggie's already been sitting on it quite a bit. If you don't know, Maggie's my golden retriever, and I can tell that it's a durable fabric. I've kind of wiped it down a couple times already. We've had it for a little while, and it's a really nice sofa. So I'm gonna try to keep her off it as much as possible, but we're really enjoying it. These pillows, these plaid ones are old, a couple like 5 years old, so I don't know where you can get those, but these Sherpa style ones are so cozy for the winter months, and I found those at Target as well. And then over here, I still have my IKEA Ektorp chairs. It's so nice that we have a big sofa to watch TV, but then this is still a conversation room. It's really nice. This round coffee table is the perfect size for this space. Couldn't have anything too bulky, especially with the sectional there. I found it on Wayfair a couple years ago. It's beautiful, love the tone of the wood. And then I just stuck a little wicker tray on top with a vintage candle and a little fern there. And then moving over here, I ended up sticking this blanket ladder against the armoire. I'll back up. I thought maybe at first this was going to be too tall for the staircase, but I think it looks great. I love it. Like I said before, it's definitely a focal point in this space, but I did just put a little ladder against the armoire to hang some more blankets. I found these frames. They're just wooden frames with the mat inside at Target. I really like them here. If you back up, I think they really pop against the white walls. I just need to find art prints or have some family photos printed, just something. Haven't found anything yet for that. Over here, you guys have seen this before. Nothing really changed, just a whole tree from the Habitat from Humanity store. And then on this side, giving you another, hopefully I'm not making you guys dizzy. From the other side of the room, we have this dresser actually, but it's pretty petite and short, so I think it works really well as a side table. I think these two complement each other really well. I like that it's not matchy. It gives it more of a collected feel. And I love having the drawers. I think I stuck some blankets in there, more board games. It's just great to have drawers when you don't have a lot of closet space. This dresser in particular, I actually got for free on Facebook Marketplace. It was turquoise, you can still see turquoise. And so in some of the little crevices I couldn't get out, but I stripped it down. How beautiful are those gold keyholes? I just love that. Added new hardware. And then on top of here, I really struggled with this. I didn't want a lot on this table. We use it for drinks. Sometimes people drop their purse or keys here when they come to visit. I just wanted to keep it simple, so I just did one vintage crock with just some greenery stems. These are from, if it'll focus, hang on, there we go. These are from Amazon. I love them. So again, one more overview of this space. Another thing I will mention is that this makes a much better TV room because this room is fairly dark most of the day. In the late afternoon, we'll get a little sunshine. You can see it's starting to come in now, but it's pretty dark. So it's not a great filming space. It's much better for being cozy and watching TV. And now I have more of this formal space that we'll walk through over here with 3 windows and lots of natural light that I can spend more time filming in here and decorating. I'm just super excited. So, okay, let's go ahead and start with the biggest piece of furniture, the piano. If you guys haven't been around and this is the first video that you're watching of mine, the piano was on that wall and then the armoire was on that wall. And the swap, I personally love. I think it helps this room to stay open. It feels bigger. The color of the piano, I actually recently repainted it. The color is called Network Gray. It's just a pretty blue gray. I really like it. Eventually, I would like to find maybe some large prints. I don't know. I like the mirror here. I didn't want to just go out and buy something. I want to make sure it's the right thing. But this vintage mirror I actually got for like $15 at a thrift store. So that's kind of cool. And then next to it, I just have an ironstone pitcher with some, what are these called? Queen Anne's lace, I think. These ones are from Hobby Lobby. And then I've got this little duck decoy. I found it in an antique shop. And this sweet gingham style lamp I found at Target. Target is killing it with the decor these days. And then some vintage bird prints. I love the pop of black. I love the oval shape. This room is very linear, and so adding some rounded edges I think sort of softens everything. So there's that. And then over here is the little desk area, which I kept pretty bare. This is where Emma's really my only one that has like legitimate homework these days. Grayson's still in kindergarten. He doesn't have a ton. But she in particular has always loved art. She loves coloring. She loves having a little space she can organize. And so she's got a bunch of different drawers and different things. She has her colored pencils and coloring books and regular pencils. This is definitely her little spot in the house where she will sit and do homework, and she's already loving it. This chair I found a couple of years ago at an antique store. I think I paid $25 for it. So that I like that. I like the deeper wood tone in here. I think it sort of complements the door. So we've got that area. This rounded mirror wasn't for sale. I saw it in a boutique on vacation with my family, and I convinced the store owner to sell it to me because I really liked it. I don't know what it is, but I'm very drawn to this blue gray color right now. It's so cozy. You'll see it's in my pillows. And then on both sides of the sofa, I have some round accent tables. Those came from Wayfair. I really like them. On this one over here, I wanted something a little taller, a little more visually interesting, so I did a just a glass base with these viburnum stems. I got these on clearance at, where did I get them? Oh, on a floral. I got them on a clearance deal. So pretty. I love the pop of green and white. And then I'm loving this sofa. I know I already talked about it, but I love the tufted cushion, and I love that it's one big cushion that gives it more of a vintage feel. But these pillow covers are from Etsy. I will link them down below, but like I said before, I'm really loving sort of the blue-gray cool tones right now. They just are very peaceful and uplifting to me. And then over here I've got, oops, it's crooked. I've got this floor lamp that I found at Home Goods quite a while ago, a couple years ago, that I love. And on this wall, I've got a chair that's the same as the sofa. And I ended up putting this vintage quilt over it just to break it up, since the chair and the sofa are the same. And then this is a little ironstone bowl with a little faux rosemary plant. I love that. So I think that's pretty much everything. Oh, the rugs. If you find a rug that you love and it's not in the right size, for instance, this rug from Target is probably one of my favorites, but they only have it in 5x7. And so just to make it go farther, I stuck a jute rug underneath it, sort of layered it, and it just feels so cozy in here with it layered. I love it, and it really fills out the space so much better. I needed to be able to bring it all the way to the chair, and this rug is massive. I got it at Lowe's. I think it's Allen and Roth. I'll link that as well. And then just for some more fun texture, I love this coffee table. I've had it for a little over a year now. It's from Wayfair. Again, I love wicker. I love all things wicker. It's so cottagey, cozy to me. And I just stuck this little plant cloche on top. This is from Amazon, I think. And that's how that looks. And instead of doing another side table on the other side of the chair, I went with some stacked wicker trunks. And at first I was worried it wouldn't work because of the wicker coffee table. And while it's a lot of wicker, I will say, I don't mind it. I don't hate it. I think it works. I love having these wicker trunks for the kids' toys. This one is full of like bigger cars and trucks for the boys. And then this basket is full of Magna-Tiles. If you have little ones, they probably love Magna-Tiles, but that way all my kids can play. And if I have friends over and they bring their toddler or their little one, it's easy to pull the Magna-Tiles out. The kids have been playing in here a lot, actually. They're loving the new space.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. How fun that we got 2 makeovers in one video. It was so much fun taking you guys along with decorating my parlor room and family room today, and I hope that it gave you some decorating ideas and inspiration for your own home. If today happens to be the first time that you're stopping by my channel, I just want to say welcome, and I'm so glad that you're here. Before you leave today, make sure you hit that little red subscribe button before you go, and be sure to check out the link to Castlery down in my description below, and I will see you guys really soon in my next video. Bye.